Hi, it's John Newenberg with W5 Coaching, and today we're talking with Mark Bossert of Top Local Rankings. How are you doing today, Mark?
I'm good, John. How are you?
Awesome. So, what do you want to talk about today?
So we're going to dig a little further into Twitter and how to grow your Twitter following.
All right, why don't you tell us about how to grow Twitter, your Twitter following, and why that might help you in your business?
Sure. So let's start a screen share here,
Okay.
and let me know when that shows up.
Loud and clear.
All right. So Twitter, kind of the background rules. You know, you want to make valuable tweets. You want to make valuable tweets as well, but tweets is really what we're going to talk about. What does that mean? So let's dig into that. What's valuable? So what is your target market interested in? So what kind of tips could you offer? What kind of news that would be relevant to your business and your target market can you share that would help them? This is about helping. This is reaching out and providing something that people are going to consider as worth their time. And that really would be what value is. So okay, what happens if I run out of stuff? Well, you can always retweet. So you start following people who are also in your target market and other providers. Yes, this is a cooperative thing. It's not so much of a competition thing. We can all help each other grow. So retweet others' content because that's still going to be valuable. The people who are on your Twitter list are going to be different than theirs. Or there might be a crossover, but you're showing some love, and that's basically how Twitter really works. How often? Well, you can actually tweet 100 times a day, which would be pretty amazing if you tried to do that yourself in person. But with automation, it's quite easy. You can go much higher than that, but then you tend to get into difficulties with Twitter. And you definitely want to get in that sweet spot around 3 to 7 times. 7 times is actually a better spot if you're manually doing it. We're going to start with that. So how do we grow Twitter? We use something called selective following. We don't just follow everybody. We want to find the right people to follow. So basically, here's the numbers. If you've got less than 2,000 followers, you can follow up to 5,000 people. So you can find those people, we'll get into that in a minute, that you want to follow who would be relevant to your business, and you can follow up to 5,000. If you've got greater than 2,000 followers on your list, you can follow 1,000 a day. Twitter is a very reciprocal situation where if you follow 10 people, at least one or perhaps more are going to follow you back. And we are going to get into later on other broadcasts where we talk about how to scale that up. So these numbers are sort of the upper end. You have to scale up to these. You don't just start your account today and follow 5,000 people, you're going to get shut off. So you got to start small and then grow it, and then pretty quickly you can start following more people, and you'll be getting more followers, and that will help you grow your business. Doing this all manually, how do I do that? Well, find a person in your target market from your competitors who do the same thing you do. Perhaps they're in a separate part of the country if you're geo-based business, or they're directly competitive. That's totally fine. Or a related product or service. So maybe they're not in coaching, but they actually talk to the same people. That would be your niche within coaching that you would find, and then follow their list of followers. Basically, that can give you tens of thousands of ideal contacts in pretty short order. Manual following sucks, but it still works. It is the safest way to do this long term. But then there's automation tools. The one I like the best these days is Audience, which allows you to find and follow people automatically. You can dig into all kinds of information on there. There's really good training tutorial videos on there to show you how to use it. They've got a 15-day free trial. It's about $30 a month. It works amazing to give you data for Twitter. It also works for Instagram as well. Why? So why are we doing all this? Well, 1,000 true fans will drive your entire business. It's kind of an old axiom that it's controversial, but I happen to believe it's really true. And Twitter is probably the fastest way to get to 1,000 true fans from scratch, from nothing. And you might have a lot more than 1,000 fans, but realistically, getting to that 1,000 true fans who want to buy everything that you put out, want to always listen to what kind of gems of wisdom you might share, that's going to drive everything for an awful long time for your business. Speaking about smaller entrepreneurial businesses rather than large concerns. So that's basically what I have to share today. We'll get into more of that sort of information and digging down into some of the details, perhaps other tools that you might have seen, and some of the gotchas, but it's a lot of it's just doing it.
Yeah. So what you're saying is Twitter is a platform that you can use to build a tribe, Seth Godin's word, or a platform that you can use to attract the very people that you'd like to communicate with.
Absolutely. It's because there's so much data on there, and you can see exactly what people like and what they don't like, what they respond to, what they ask questions about.
Sure.
It's a fantastic way. And we haven't even talked about, using images or using video or using Twitter advertising to really leverage this. But, we've built up 10,000 fans for clients in a month. So that can get you to 1,000 true fans right there. If it's done right and smart, that can be 1,000 true fans right there. I don't know where else you can go in a month and build your whole tribe.
Yeah, so if you're in a business where one of the standard ways of marketing your business is a thing called networking, and if you're not using social media as a means of networking, then you're missing a bet. So if you're supposed to be going out and meeting and connecting with people, and that's in the real world or the physical world called networking, then in fact you can do the exact same thing on a virtual platform to the exact same outcome, and Twitter therefore is a great way to connect with people.
It's an amazing tool, and it has it's almost superpowers. Once you I've got friends who built entire 500,000 people followings and stuff.
Sure.
Within less than a year.
So today we've been talking with Mark Bossert of Top Local Rankings, and we've been talking about how to use Twitter as a tool to promote your business and to as a platform for attracting your next prospects. If you'd like a little more help on figuring out how to do that for your particular business, give Mark a ping at mark@toplocalrankings.com. Visit his website, toplocalrankings.com, and get a bit more information there. Thanks very much for your time today, Mark.
Thanks, John.
Cheers.